This is the Ms.FitVegan podcast, episode 56. Today, I'm going to be reading an excerpt from Relentless, From Good to Great to Unstoppable, by Tim Grover. We're all born bad. Sorry, but that's the truth. Born bad, taught to be good. Look, if you're already shaking your head and frowning in disagreement, we're not going to get very far. If you want to go somewhere new, you have to throw out the tired, old map and stop traveling the same road to the same dead end. I promise, where we're going, you've never been. Born bad, taught to be good. Or, if you prefer, born relentless, taught to relent. Think about it. We're born already wired with the most basic instincts that guarantee our survival. Babies don't have to think about their needs. They don't analyze how they feel. They don't plan or decide how to get what they want. They just know instinctually that they're hungry or they're tired or wet or cold or hot, and they scream until they get satisfaction. Pure, proverbial, innate demands for immediate results. You can't argue with a baby or try to convince him he's wrong. You can't put your values on him or explain why he can't eat right now. No. Babies tell everyone how it's going to be, and that's how it is. They follow their instincts, they thrive, and they get what they want. Babies are completely, naturally, insatiably relentless. Within a couple of years, they're running around and hollering like crazy, making messes and shoving more food in their hair than in their mouth. Why? Because they're two, and that's what their instincts tell them to do. And then the grown-ups start reading books about the terrible twos and ruin everything. Be quiet. Sit still. Stop running around. Stop crying. Wait your turn. You're going to hurt yourself. Just behave. Why can't you be more like your brother? Be good. We take all those powerful, natural instincts, those instantaneous gut reactions. We chalk them up to bad behavior and do everything possible to shut them down. What a waste. All that natural energy, that drive, that intuition, that action, reduced to a timeout in the corner. From the time you're a toddler to the time that you're an adult, you've been taught to be good. What's wrong with the way you were? Born relentless, taught to relent. Can you even remember a time when you weren't taught limitations and compliance, watching what everyone else was doing, scrutinizing the options, worrying about what others will say? At some point, you stopped doing what came naturally and started doing what you were told. You took all those crazy urges and ideas and desires and you stuffed them down where no one could see them. But right now, right this minute, you know they're still there. In the part of you that you don't want to show anyone else. The part that refuses to be taught, refuses to conform and behave. That's the dark side of your instincts. You can't be great without it. Picture a lion running in the wild. He stalks his prey, attacking and killing at will, and then goes in search of his next conquest. That's what his lion instincts tell him to do. He doesn't know anything else. He's not misbehaving. He's not bad. He's being a lion. Now, lock him up in the zoo. He lies there all day, quiet and lethargic. What happened to those powerful instincts? They're still there, deep inside, waiting to be uncaged. Let him out of the zoo, and he goes lion again, preying and attacking. Put him in the cage, he lies down. Most people are the lion in the cage. Safe, tame, predictable, waiting for something to happen. But for humans, the cage isn't made of glass and steel bars. It's made of bad advice and low self-esteem and bullshit rules and tortured thinking about what you can't do or what you're not supposed to do. It's molded around you by a lifetime of overthinking and overanalyzing and worrying about what could go wrong. Stay in the cage long enough, you forget those basic instincts. But they're there, right now, waiting for you to find the key to the cage so you can finally stop thinking about what you'll do if you ever get out. All that killer instinct is just waiting to attack. What's stopping you? Can you be reasonably successful by just following directions and staying within the lines? Sure. That's what most people do. But if we're talking about being elite, if you want to be unstoppable, you have to learn to put aside everything you have been taught, all the restrictions and the limitations and the negativity and the doubt. If that sounds complicated and confusing, let me make it simple. You have to stop thinking. It's so basic. Are you good at what you do? Maybe even great at what you do? Can you be the best? Yes? If you said no, I'll give you a moment to change your answer. Again, can you be the best? Of course you can. Then why are you still questioning your ability to do it? Quick answer. Because at some point you made something simple into something complicated, and you stopped trusting yourself. I get frequent calls from athletes who are completely overwhelmed by all the experts and trainers and nutritionists and coaches, everyone throwing so much at them that they lose the natural ability that made them great in the first place. Anyone who has ever taken a golf lesson understands this. You start out with a decent swing, completely natural, and by the time you're done, you have so much to think about, you can't even remember why you took up golf in the first place. Anytime you take natural instinct and try to change it, you're going to have a problem. You can build on it. You can add to it. You can improve it, but you cannot tame it. There's a difference between training and taming. You can train people to reach higher and be better and go further than they would on their own. But taming means training them to be something less. As the boxer Leon Spinks once said about what he does for a living, quote, "I knock motherfuckers out," end quote. That's it. Simple. You don't mess with it. You don't alter it. You don't teach it to be something different. That's natural instinct. Leave it alone. Everything you need is already inside of you. You are completely wired with instincts and reflexes specifically designed so that you can survive and succeed. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to think about using them. They're already working. Reflexes are easy. If I whip a ball at your face, are you going to stop and think about what to do? No. You catch the ball, or you duck out of the way, or you get a busted face. At the very least, you're going to flinch. If I flick something towards your eye, you blink. If you touch something hot, you pull your hand away. We're all born with those basic survival skills. You can't teach or unteach them. They're just part of you. You don't have to think about whether those reflexes will come through. They just do. They always do. That's how I want you to envision instinct. No thinking. Just the gut reaction that comes from being so ready, so prepared, so confident that there's nothing to think about. If you're driving and suddenly the car in front of you slams on its brakes, do you pause to consider all the options or stop to ask for advice? No. You slam on the brakes. No thought, no hesitation. Instant response based on experience and preparation. If you think, you die. When you just know, you can act. Whether you're playing a sport or running a business, it's the same concept. You don't need to schedule a meeting to discuss a decision. You just make the decision. Your instincts become so finely tuned that you have a reflex response that allows you to attack without thinking. In other words, you're in the zone. Go back to that lion stalking his prey, silent, determined, focused, instinctually knowing that whatever the victim does, he has no chance. The lion waits and waits and waits until the inevitable moment of weakness. Attack. Done. Next. He doesn't have to be shown what to do or how to think. He knows. And so do you.